Hold up the car, stop the traffic, get out the barricades. It's time for Mickey B's Jukebox Review.
Rock and roll is here to stay, he'll never let it die. Right here on the radio, that's the reason why. It's Mickey for you and he'll go down in history.
You're with Mickey B and you're on Madhouse TV. It's another Tuesday night. You're on Mickey B's Jukebox Review. But this week, what a scorcher it is in New York City. Today, I think the index was about 105 degrees. Yesterday, about 104 degrees. And tonight also, if you're watching us, you can't be watching the All-Star game. So hopefully you're with us from 8 o'clock to 9 for some of the greatest doo-wop and rock and roll history. Tonight, we're going to feature a great group. They're called the Dolphins. And we're here with, of course, Al Preda. Al, always a pleasure to see you. We're going to talk to you about your history of rock and roll. Carlos Rampolla is not here tonight, am I right? Carlos is off tonight doing some other work. And filling in for him is Warren Tesoro. Warren's been around a long time. We're going to talk to Warren in a short period of time. Tony Palmer, always a pleasure to see you.
Same here.
I see you all the time with different groups. And also Roy Campbell. Welcome to the Mickey B. Jukebox Review television show. How you guys doing? Everything good?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
How'd you get along with this heat, I mean, so far today, this week, huh?
Cold, you know.
Yeah, and hot. It's hot outside.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, we're going to have one of the hottest place in the country, I believe, right now, is right in New York. And hopefully, I remember, how many of you remember the blackout of, what was it, 1960
I
something?
definitely
64.
remember.
There was one in 64,
Yep.
and then we had another one in
70, close to 78, somewhere around there.
78, something. Now, how do you
Yeah.
remember that, Roy?
Oh, listen, I've been around a long time.
Yeah. 64.
Long time.
I remember that first
64,
one. Boy,
yeah.
everything went out in New York City. You know, there was a, what was the name of that song, Warren? The night that Chicago cried, right? But that was almost like the lights went out somewhere.
The night that the lights
Oh,
went
wow. Wasn't it Rainy Night in Georgia? But they never said anything about the lights going out. did they?
No.
Were there any songs where it said the lights went out?
Where were you when the lights went out by the Tramps? Remember that?
By the
I
Tramps.
was making love.
Yeah, where were you when the lights went out? Let me tell you something, nothing like this kind of weather. How about, you remember the days when you guys were kids in the summertime? I mean, wherever you lived, the Johnny Pumps were opened up. I don't know if anybody remembers what Johnny Pumps were.
Oh, yeah.
But those were the fire hydrants. We called them Johnny Pumps.
With the can.
Yeah, Alfredo, why did they call them a Johnny Pump for?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Anybody know why it was called a Johnny Pump?
Not even
I have
a clue.
no idea.
Not a clue.
We couldn't
don't know.
spell hydrant. I guess.
Somebody said Johnny.
call
There was something with Johnny or something or whatever. Did it have anything to do with the fire department? Do you guys know or anything?
We got to look that one up.
We got to look it up. Yeah, we got to find out why they
Trivia
called it
question.
Johnny Pump. But I remember it so well. I mean, coming from Williamsburg, Brooklyn at that time, and I was 6 years old. You were also
Yes,
What
Williamsburg.
part of Williamsburg?
I was in the Williamsburg projects, you know, like Ten Eyck and
Yeah,
Borgia
Ten Eyck,
Street
right, right.
and Humboldt, you know.
Yes.
Yes.
I was on South Third between Hoop and Keep.
Oh, yeah.
Over there too. Yeah. But I remember on those hot days. I mean, we didn't even have air conditioning that time.
Right.
Everybody was on the fire
Fire
escapes,
escape,
right?
yeah.
Fire escapes. And maybe years later, and I think it might have been maybe 6 to 10 years later, they came out with the air cooler. You remember the air
I
cooler?
remember the air cooler.
Yeah,
I
for some
remember.
reason put a little, I don't know what they had, Freon in front of a fan, and it was blowing cold air at that time, right? It was the air cooler.
Anything.
Yeah,
Dangle ice cubes.
But going out in the streets, besides singing the music that we always loved, we always had that fire hydrant, and they used to take, I don't know what it was, a can
Yeah, can.
that held over it,
Yeah.
and then squirted it all over the place, and everybody was running out in the street,
street.
underneath the water, and it was the greatest time of our lives.
Great.
Am I right or wrong?
Great.
Time.
We used to wait for the buses to pass and then
Big
shoot
ball.
it in the windows.
And then shoot it in the windows and all. Alfredo, tell me a little bit about the Dolphins. How did the Dolphins
The
get
Dolphins
started?
started in 1956. We started as a trio, me and my friend Matty and Danny Shack.
Mhm.
And then we brought in Jimmy Gallagher from the neighborhood
Yeah?
right before he joined the Passions.
Wait a second. You mean Jimmy Gallagher of the Passion sang with your
Me
group
first,
as the Dolphins?
yes.
As the Dolphins, really?
Yeah. What
So-
neighborhood was
so
that?
what happened? Yeah.
What neighborhood?
Brooklyn.
South Brooklyn.
Yeah, so what happened? How did Jimmy Gallagher wind up with
I
the
think
Passion
he,
Center?
from high school, he met the other guys in high school,
Yeah.
and he hooked up with them. They probably had a record deal going at the time. We had nothing.
Well, that was on Autocon Records.
Well-
But you were with singing with Jimmy. At what year was that?
About 57 or 58, I can't remember.
57 or 58.
Yeah.
So the Dolphins, you recorded, didn't you? You recorded that time because you got a lot of records that came out, right?
Well, the first recording was 1960 on Shared, Bob Shared label.
Mm-hmm.
And Mickey Guitar Baker was our arranger. Woo. And the second song, the flip side, I wrote Your Kisses Tell Me.
Right.
And Mickey Guitar Baker changed it to Telltale Kisses.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Now,
liked
if I
that.
was to ask you to do something nice and easy by yourself on one of the songs, can you just give me like a line or two on the song that came out?
Yeah. I found true love again, but will it last? Found true love before, but never this way. That's it.
Now that was that one. Now was that the song you wrote?
Yes.
And was that the main? That was the main hit of the Dolphins.
That was the A side.
That was, yeah. What was the B?
Telltale Kisses.
Telltale Kiss that you also wrote.
Yes.
Did you write most of the Dolphins
I
songs?
wrote all of them, but I put everybody's name on the copyrights.
Really?
Yeah.
How many songs did you actually write?
Well, those 5 songs I written with the whole group, but now I got about 20, 25 songs. You heard my dance song one night coming
yeah.
out of
Yeah.
City Cafe.
Absolutely. It was dynamite.
That's still in the works.
Yeah. Now, Warren Tesoro, I mean, you're here. You fill in. We call Warren the fill-in man of all-time rock and
Oh,
roll.
God. Oh, yeah.
He is with every group, now singing with the Accords mostly, right? The Accords.
right.
And you'll be joining us with the Accords at Patchwork Theater on October the 12th.
With Playground.
With Playground, as we salute the Four Seasons. Also with Playground. It's going to be tremendous.
Angel Rizzoff.
Angel Rissov's going to be there with Michael D'Amore as a
And
salute
the
the Righteous
fellas.
Brothers. The fellows will be there too as
With
they
their Temptations review.
as a Temptation review,
Nice.
and of course the Accords doing the salute to all of the rock and roll groups of history. So that's going to be October 12th with Warren.
Exciting.
And, Warren, you're we go back over the history, and you were in the music business, in the store business, selling
Yes.
records and all. But you also do something that's fantastic today. You have something on a Sunday where you have a lot of groups come down, and just come down there. Nobody gets paid. They come into a place.
Right.
They buy their own food or whatever. You set up your microphones, and everybody's been down there. I mean, I heard about the other day with, of course, the Dolphins, and also
The Spaniels
the
came.
Spaniels came
Came
in
up from Washington,
from Washington
D.C.
the other day, and I heard they were absolutely marvelous.
were
A lot of the
fantastic.
singing groups go.
Fantastic.
Warren, tell everybody, where is the place that you have this so more and more people could join you with you? on
I have it
Sundays?
once a month at Near's Tavern in Woodhaven, Queens, and on a Sunday afternoon. And we just had the Spaniels. They came up and did it for nothing, and you're right up close to them. And, am I right? And you get to see them. You get to see what the first tenor's doing, and you get to meet them. And we also had the Damliers too. We had Bill Carey's
Oh, Bill
Damliers.
Carey. Was he there the other day too?
He was
Bill?
there too.
Yeah, yeah.
We
that's
had
good.
one guy named the Silver Fox. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Was he smooth or what?
Yes, yes.
And whoever else wants to come up and sing, we let everyone sing who wants to come up, and
That's
it's a
fantastic.
great time.
Who's coming by? And that's once a month, right?
That's once
have you
a month.
Have you planned the next date?
I
and when
haven't
it is?
planned. You know, usually I
Not
get
yet?
calls right about this time, but we're working on the next day. And usually it's the second Sunday of the month.
Uh-huh.
At Near's Tavern on 78th Street in Woodhaven.
That's great. You know, we always salute rock and roll groups, whether they're male or female, and some of the single artists as well, that have comprised of this great rock and roll music. Now, a lady that's going to be with us on Patchwork Theater on September the 21st was a lead singer of a group called the Crystals, just like somebody else sang. Darlene Love sang on there, not only Lala Brooks, but also Alston also sang lead on different songs, you know. But Lala did the Do-Ron Ron, and she also did this song. Watch it right now. Lala Brooks, the Crystals, right here on the Mickey B Jukebox Review.
He walked up to me and he asked me if I wanted to dance. He looked kinda nice and so I said I might take a chance. Then he said he hurt me side, and when he walked me
Lala Brooks and the girls, of course, part of the Crystals at the time, and she sounds just like the records.
She's going to steal the show.
She's unbelievable. And not only that, but Lala, she keeps herself in marvelous shape, you know?
Yeah.
And if you watch her, she could go all the way down to a total squat, all the way down, come back up there and all. And I say to myself, Lala, how could you do it? I can't even get down halfway down and come back up there with these knees. No arthritis in her knees, I'll tell you that. You know that? Tommy Palmer, did you like the girl groups?
Oh, very much so.
You did. What was your favorite girl group of rock and roll history?
Probably Martha Reeves and the Vandellas.
They were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that Motown sound, and she
Yeah.
was part of the A&R team.
Oh, yeah.
You know, as Berry Gordy at the time, and then you know, went from a secretary to doing background singing, and then all the way to Martha Reeves and the Vandellas.
Right.
And that, I'll tell you, that was some great group. And of course, they had everything over there. Motown. What about Roy? Motown. Did you like Motown music?
I love Motown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I go a little deeper than that. I'm a channels man.
You like the channels?
Well, that's what started me singing when you know, close you are.
Yeah.
And now you know, and I was a fan for
Bye
life.
Bye Baby.
For life.
Gloria.
Stars in the Sky. You know,
That's
Girl
My
Next
Desire.
Door. Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
My Love
Altar
You
of
Will Never
Love.
Die. Yeah.
Altar of Love.
I was a
Fury Records, right,
Indeed.
Warren?
Fury Records and
Records.
Whirling Disc Records.
And Whirling Disc Records,
Whirling
yeah.
Disc Records. Bobby
And what
Robinson.
happens with him is Earl Lewis, and thank God he's doing well today, but Earl Lewis is a guy that is just a marvelous man and a church-going man and always helping kids and always doing a good thing. And Earl,
Yes, man.
if you watch us one day, God bless you and you love your wife Terry for always being out there for people. And the one thing about this guy is that when he gets on stage, he wants to entertain that audience, you know?
does.
Just a marvelous guy. And,
He
he started
practices.
off as a newspaper delivery boy.
Man,
Oh, wow.
At about 10 years old, and started writing these songs, and all of a sudden started to come out with these songs. And one after the other, after the other, after the other. Before we were talking about the fellas, and in the fellas is
Joe Rivera.
Joe Rivera
Who sang with
sang with them.
with
Earl Lewis.
Earl Lewis
for-
and the Channels.
How many years? 10 years,
a
maybe?
lot of years. And he's part of that group now. He's going to be out there with you
Yeah.
guys again at the
Beautiful
Patrick
guy.
Theater. So
Love
we
that
love
guy.
that. Tony Palmer, your history is not really only in doo-wop, right? You started with a gospel background.
Started with gospel.
Where?
Raised in a strong Christian family, so a lot of the music, the doo-wop was not allowed in my household.
Really?
Yeah, really. Not played in the household this way.
Was that almost like the Elvis thing about shoot 'em from the waist up kind of thing? They think that there was
Sorta-
something wrong in there with the
Sorta-
doo-wop?
Yeah, sort of, kind of, right, exactly.
Yeah. Did your parents think that the music was off color or off something or off what?
Well, it just didn't jive with Christian belief.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
during that time. I mean,
Right,
the,
right.
The faith has become much more liberal. And
But now you think about, tell me, what was your feeling towards a guy like Sam Cooke?
love Sam Cooke.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the Soul Stirrers.
Soul Stirs.
Yep.
Because, see, I have a strange history. I was partially raised in the Carolinas.
Uh-huh.
Then the Carolinas, it was a little different. Then I became familiar with Fats Domino, Larry Darnell, and Nat King Cole, and those type of folks. When I
Yeah.
came to Philadelphia, things sort of changed. It became sort of rigid. But the only group that I really sort of listened to was the Vibrations.
Oh, you listen to
Yeah,
Vibrations.
yeah. When I snuck and
There's a
listened to
place called Watusi. It's all right.
Yep.
And also, wasn't it Peanut Butter? Did Vibrations become that
I
marathon
loved
group?
Cindy. Cindy was my favorite.
Oh, I love Cindy. It was
That
that
was
song
my
too.
that was my favorite. Yes.
And Misty.
Yeah,
And Misty. Oh yeah.
and Misty.
Oh yeah.
You know, who also sang a song about Cindy. Elvis Presley did a song called Cindy. Also, yeah, he had one in there. You know. But how about Elvis? Alfred, did you like Elvis?
Oh, yeah, I loved Elvis.
Elvis, I think that everybody liked Elvis. The most doo-wop singers like Elvis Presley.
I backed up an Elvis character for 2 years.
Who?
Tony Michaels.
Oh, Tony Michaels.
He,
Yeah.
he wrote a song called Lisa Marie.
Uh-huh.
He came from California, and the Dolphins backed him up. Yeah. People really thought he was Elvis. Every night he went home with a different woman.
Yeah, this is the problem, right? What did you think, before we take a break, I want to ask you guys about, well, we'll throw that, let's throw it over to you, Roy. Elvis's background singers, the joined
They
us.
were
Oh,
dynamite.
great.
Dynamite.
Everybody loves
the
them.
harmony from these dudes. They were dynamite. I appreciate them like, because I'm a harmony guy. I love it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. And when you hear these guys, they're serious.
That's right.
They're serious.
Right.
Just like I told you about the harmony that
Yep,
these other.
yep.
They have a gospel sound themselves.
Would
don't
you have
they?
considered?
Yes.
Would you have considered Elvis's background singers as one of the best background singing group ever?
Ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
They had something. You know,
Unique.
they were on more than 750 Elvis Presley records.
Wow.
You imagine that? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And other people did
Yeah,
that.
They were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a little break right now. When we come back, we got some more from, of course, the Dolphins, right here with Mickey B. More on the history of rock and roll. And maybe we'll even get these guys to do something on the couch, a little a cappella. When the Prince of Rock and Roll returns right here on Madhouse TV on Mickey B's Jukebox Review. Don't go away.
Hey, I'm Tom Mealy from the Harrison Law Group. You know, soft tissue injury, that's no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. Don't waste valuable time going to firms who don't get it and can't do it. Call 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware.
We have 3 of the largest showrooms of safes on display and in stock. You can see and touch them in person instead of browsing a catalog. We carry gun and rifle safes, burglary safes, jewelry safes, fire rated from a half hour to 2 hour. Famous name brands.
We sell Gardol.
We sell AMSAC.
The new AMSAC touchscreen.
If you're ever in need of a safe, think Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware. Right, Lockie?
That's right, Alan.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Ray, I don't know. Are you sure clicking this thing will get us online?
Well, try dragging it. Faster.
You're just a mouse click away from a better way to rent movies. Blockbuster Total Access. Movies through the mail plus movies through the store. One low price.
Here's the problem. We forgot to plug it in.
Oh! Don't even think about it! Get a free trial at your Blockbuster store or Blockbuster.com.
Right back here with Mickey B on Madhouse TV on the Jukebox Review. We're here with the Dolphins. Great group from Long Island. They're back in action. They're singing around the area, so make sure you catch them when they sing. We have, of course, Al Preda here today. Carlos Rampola is out for the day. We have Tony Palmer, Roy Campbell, Pete Giaconer. I heard will be back with you guys.
Right.
He's a great bass.
Shortly, yeah.
Yeah, shortly. And, of course, Warren Tesoro is here. Warren, you do a lot of fill. I mean, you're going to have a hard position. You're almost like one of those guys playing for the Yankees today that are always injured, and then somebody has to fill in at a different position, you know? So sometimes you got to play third base, sometimes it's shortstop, sometimes it's second base, depending if you could be a baritone one day, the bass another day, second and first tenor, and also a lead singer. How does that work out? Well, did you plan on doing this kind of thing, or what happened?
It just worked out. It just happened that way, you know, and I just let it go, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be anywhere, actually.
Yeah. But isn't it hard? I mean, you know most of the songs. I mean, you've been around.
I know them all, practically.
You know all these songs, and you know all of the different parts, the baritone and second and first. So you could actually fill in with a little rough rehearsal. You're in there. You're in the groove. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
I'm loving that. Yeah.
It's very difficult to do. Not only, I mean, you could fill into a place, but sometimes the voice doesn't fit. In other words, you have to hit that tenor note.
Yeah.
In a group like Al doing lead has a high voice, so you're way up there on the tenor, right?
Yeah, he's a tremendous lead
sometimes
singer.
you may have a lead singer that's a little bit lower, so it brings you down a little bit, you know?
Wow.
But that's a hard thing to do. Warren's always doing something good. I'll tell you what, you know, I always love to do something what we call a cappella. Instead of we do it street corner, you know, under a lamp, we're now doing it in the living room on a couch.
Okay.
So it's street corner doo-wop on the couch.
On the couch.
So what can we do? Something a little...
Something by Johnny Maestro, My Juanita.
My Juanita, going back to about 1956.
I think that's his first record.
And that was on the Joyce record label, right, Warren?
That's
Joyce
right.
record at that
Al
time?
Brown's
Okay.
Joyce
Al
record
Brown's
label, yep.
Joyce record label. Okay, here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dolphins.
My Juanita.
Juanita, Juanita.
I love you.
Love you, love you.
Love you. Love you.
Wah wah shoot shoot doo. Wah wah shoot shoot doo. Wah wah shoot shoot doo. Wah wah shoot how I love you, Juanita. Oh how I need you, my darling. Won't you please be mine? Please be mine, Juanita. Love you sincerely, yes I will. Oh, so dearly, my angel. Won't you please be mine? Please be mine. Well, you know I love you so, and I'll never let you go, Juanita. Love you sincerely, yes I will. Oh, so dearly, my angel. Won't you please be mine? Please be mine, Juanita. Won't you please be mine? Juanita. My Juanita. Woo, 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 woo. Wah, wah, choo, choo, choo. 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 My Juanita. Juanita.
Oh, yes, right there, the Dolphins, right here on Madhouse TV with Mickey B, the Prince of Rock Roads, Tuesday night from 8 to 9 every week. We go back in the history of rock and roll. We got some interesting shows coming up in the next couple of weeks. I want to talk to you about something that's sad. I mean, every day we always hear about a member of the rock and roll family passing on. And I mentioned last week we lost a dear friend of ours, Louis Lyman, from the Teen Chords. And Louis was such a wonderful guy. When we get this kind of news and you hear about, oh, Louis was sick, or Louis passed on, or Johnny died, or Nick Santo is not here anymore, or whatever, what goes through your mind? Roy?
Immortality.
Yeah.
Realize these guys are our age, you know, and this whole genre, this whole, and almost every day somebody else is gone, you know. It makes you think. It makes you think about your mortality. You know what I mean? And we grab every bit of this that we can, because who knows, you know. So we feel bad, and our prayers go out to these people, and pretty soon they'll be praying for us. But right now, before they start praying for us, we're gonna sing as much as we can, and we're gonna get as much as we can out of this thing.
And continue it.
Oh yeah. Amen.
What do we think about it? I mean, as we wind up losing some of these great lead singers or background singers of some of the legendary groups. I mean, Louis, you talk about 12 years old, 1956. His brother Frankie passed on years ago. And now we lose all these different guys. Pookie Hudson only a couple of years ago from the Spaniels we talk about, right? And it's hearing about this one or that one. What do you think about the tribute acts that are coming out and doing songs for these groups or coming out? Should we support them? Shouldn't we support them? Not support them? What is the feeling of that?
Keeps the music alive. Why not?
As long as they stay true to the form.
Right.
And sound like them. And respect their music. And know the history of the groups, too, you know?
Right.
When I had the Spaniels, they knew everything about Pookie Hudson and Gerald Gregory.
Right.
You know, they knew
everything.
They knew everything. I love that.
You know, we always talk about, you know, and especially as we produce some of the shows that I do, and I produce shows, that we want to stay within the laws of Congress, you know, about the Truth of Music Acts, you know. So we have certain regulations that we have to go by, trademarks that people own. Or, and sometimes what happens, there's all kinds of things that happen. Sometimes somebody owns a trademark, but the group, none of the group members have ever sung on the stage as that group, but they call themselves that group.
I know.
Now, we could always go back and look at something as somebody owning the New York Yankees, and the original baseball team is not there anymore, and they continue to move on. Or we can have a group such as the Temptations that had original members, and there's only one left, but now there's new members that joined over so many years
Right.
that have recorded albums with them. So if the original one disappears or passes on, you now have other members, but not the original Temptations either.
Second,
But
third
they are
generation.
second, third generation. So I really think that for all the people that are out there that don't want to attend certain shows because they say, do they have any originals left? Do they have any originals? Well, listen, we have to continue on, and there has to be music to continue on. So I believe that we should continue on and do the right thing the best way we possibly can and continue. You're feeling on that, Al Preda?
Oh, yeah, I feel that way 100%.
You too aren't
to
to
Johnny
form?
Maestro.
Right, look at Johnny.
I
mean,
do
you
a
got the
tribute
bridge.
to him.
Right, you got the bridge out there. There's always another singer that may come along, the lead singer. He's not taking Johnny's spot. Nobody can take Johnny's
No,
spot.
of course not.
But it's still a bridge, and it's a new lead singer. You know, so we got to accept how good is he? Is he good? Is he not good? Whatever. But nobody's Johnny Maestro. you
And
know?
how great are the Duprees? Do they do the group justice? Are they great? Or what?
They are fabulous. We had the Duprees here. They're a
Yes.
fabulous group. Listen,
Yeah.
they made so many albums as the Duprees, all right, of today.
Right.
They would have about 10 albums out there. They did more albums than the albums that the Duprees recorded. you
Right,
know?
you're right.
But when it comes down, they never say it on stage that they're the original Duprees. They say that they're the Duprees of today, and they honor the guys.
Right.
And yet they're so good that
So
people
good.
love them for what they are. You know what I mean? You take Kenny Vance. Now, Kenny Vance was here on our show. And Kenny, of course, being the original member of Jay and the Americans,
Right.
when he comes on the show, he's Kenny Vance of the Planetones.
That's right.
He's not Kenny Vance of Jay and the Americans. He created a whole new group.
He kind of reinvented himself. didn't he?
Yeah, out of the American Wax music.
Right. And everyone he's seen throughout his life.
Yeah, it's just amazing. And we love Kenny Vance and the music he does. So here's a group that was formed only after the movie.
Recently.
During the movie, and winds up to be somebody that everybody wants to come and see.
They're great.
They're great.
They have their own sound.
Right. So there are other groups like a Kenny Vance, like Little Isadore and the Inquisitors.
I love Little Isadore.
Years ago. Great group, right?
Right.
And there's so many like that. So we got to get out there and extend the support for those guys, as well as the original member groups, as well as other groups. Keep this music going, because it's the greatest music in the world. What I want to do right now is we're going to go to a clip. And I'll never forget this, because I was with a group called Tico and the Triumphs back in 1961 on the Amy record label. And we went into Rhode Island. And on the show that day was Linda Scott, Brian Hyland, and a group called the Marcells.
Oh, yeah.
And the Marcells introduced this song in front of me that day that I had never heard. I mean, I knew Heartaches. I knew, of course, the Blue Moon, but I never heard this until that day. Listen to this song.
Local groups have always been very popular in the country, and here are one of the very best. From Cold Picks Records, say hello to the Marcells.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
No, Merry Christmas.
And a twisted New Year.
Yeah, we've been twisting the whole year through. Yeah, we've been twisting the whole year through. Now, Merry Christmas to all of you. Come on, let's twist round the mistletoe. Come on, let's twist round the mistletoe. Come on, everybody. Let's go, let's go. Bells are ringing, swing a swing-a-ling. Bells are ringing, swing a swing-a-ling. So Merry Christmas to all of you.
Twisting on the blue moon. Twisting through the summertime. Twisting heartaches all about.
Watch out!
Yep.
Come on, let's twist round the Christmas tree. Come on, let's twist round the Christmas tree. Come on, everybody, and twist with me. Santa's coming, he's almost here. Santa's coming, he's almost here. So Merry Christmas to all of you.
What a great sound by the Marcells, a little Merry Twistmas 1961 style. And, of course, the late, great Clay Cole introduced them on stage right there. When we come back, we got more from the Dolphins, more from Mickey B. Hang in. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no! It's like you got I don't. Power.
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Oh, Old Spice body spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power! Power!
Try this routine to feel fresh and clean. Pair Charmin Fresh Mates with your Charmin.
Oh, Old Spice body spray is too powerful to stay in its own commercial. That's right. Power! Old Spice body spray can change a regular smelling man into a man who smells like power!
Now, how is this? Wow, you know what? I actually do feel more powerful.
Potato chips! Power! It's me.
Hey, I'm Tom Mealy from the Harrison Law Group. You know, soft tissue injury, that's no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. Don't waste valuable time going to firms who don't get it and can't do it. Call 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware.
We have 3 of the largest showrooms of safes on display and in stock. You can see and touch them in person instead of browsing a catalog. We carry gun and rifle safes, burglary safes, jewelry safes, fire rated from a half hour to 2 hour. Famous name brands.
We sell Gardol.
We sell AMSAC. The new AMSAC touchscreen.
If you're ever in need of a safe, think Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware. Right, Lockie?
That's right, Alan.
When your cable's on the fritz, you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, your daughter imitates. When your daughter imitates, she gets thrown out of school. When she gets thrown out of school, she meets undesirables. When she meets undesirables, she ties the knot with undesirables. And when she ties the knot with undesirables, you get a grandson with a dog collar. Don't have a grandson with a dog collar. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When your cable company keeps you on hold, you get angry. When you get angry, you go blow off steam. When you go blow off steam, accidents happen. When accidents happen, you get an eye patch. When you get an eye patch, people think you're tough. When people think you're tough, people want to see how tough. And when people want to see how tough, you wake up in a roadside ditch. Don't wake up in a roadside ditch. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When you pay too much for cable, you throw things. When you throw things, people think you have anger issues. When people think you have anger issues, your schedule clears up. When your schedule clears up, you grow a scraggly beard. When you grow a scraggly beard, you start taking in stray animals. And when you start taking in stray animals, you can't stop taking in stray animals. Stop taking in stray animals. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Right back here with Mickey B, the Prince of Rock and Roll, on MadhouseTV.com, on Mickey B's Jukebox Review. Tonight, of course, we're featuring the great sounds of the Dolphins. We got in here tonight. Let me just see as I read on my sheet. Of course, Al Preda, Carlos Rampola is not here. Tony Palmer, Roy Campbell, Peter Ciccone coming soon, and of course, Warren Tesoro. Al Preda?
Hello.
Move into that microphone and tell
Yes,
me.
sir.
I want to hear a little doo-wop. What song will we be doing the first one
We're
from the
gonna do,
stage?
I'm a Happy Man.
I love this song by the
Jive
Jive Five. Love that. Eugene Pitt and the Jive Five.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, the Dolphins.
I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man. Whoa, whoa, my baby. You look so good. Yeah, yeah, my baby. Just like I knew you would. Tonight when we go out, you make me feel so proud. When we go for a stroll, tonight if it's cold, we'll snuggle, we'll blow. Tonight, my baby, we'll be as one. Yeah, yeah, my baby, we'll have some fun. 'Cause I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man. And I'm a happy man. Yeah, baby, I'm a happy man.
Here with Mickey B, the Prince of Rock and Roll. Right here, Mickey B's Jukebox Review of Madhouse Reality TV. Sounds fantastic. Love the song. Eugene Pitt, one of my favorite guys, Tony Palmer. He's
Yes.
got a load of stories. Godfather of Eddie Murphy, you know. And, of course, a guy that was involved with Who's That Knocking, but never sang on it. With, of course, the Genies. And you know who was in that group, Warren? Who was in that group? Do you remember? Don and Juan. That's right. That's right. If they had one more guy, it would have been Don and two, but they kept it as Don and Juan at the time, you know. And that's what we got right there. I love that song. I love that song. He did a good job on that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I love that song. But he's such a great guy, you know. He told a story. He told a story about when he went up to see Eddie Murphy at his house. Big mansion up there in New Jersey, you know. He goes to visit him. And Eddie Murphy's out with the guys and they're all playing basketball on the court, you know. So Eugene says, hey, I could whip you guys and everything else. He says, you can? You think so? He said, I'll tell you what, Uncle Eugene, go up there and go get yourself a pair of sneakers. So he went up at Eddie Murphy's room. He had about 500 pairs of sneakers up there, you know. So he has a lot of fun with the guys, you know. But that's the story. What are we going to do next? Got another good song you can give me?
We're going to do Step by Step by Johnny Maestro and the Crest.
Yeah, one of the great songs, of course. I love those songs. And Johnny was so great. I mean, his songs were great. I heard something the other day, and he's going to be coming on the show with us, Rick Mango, who has to be Mr. Long Island of the music industry and should be on the Rock and Roll Music Hall of Fame out here in Long Island Music Hall of Fame. But he did something with Johnny. He got a couple of songs that he did with Johnny, and they're great. And I don't know if anybody ever heard it, but we'll probably play them a couple of weeks from now when Rick comes by. But right now, here you are, the Dolphins. Take it away.
believe. Oh, your love belongs to me.
Step right here on the Mickey B Jukebox Review of Madhouse Reality TV. Absolutely sounds marvelous there, Warren. I'll tell you something. Yeah. First, everybody give each other a kiss. I mean, that's wonderful. I love to see that stuff happening. Anyway, what we're going to do is take a little break. When we come back, we got some more great sounds of rock and roll history and more from rock and roll as we go backstage with some of the great acts. So hang in. Don't go away. We'll be right back on Madhouse TV on Mickey B's Jukebox Review.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
So then I said, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm flattered that you love chocolate, but I'm here strictly in a professional. What's wrong with him?
He thinks you're naked.
My shell is brown. It just looks like my milk chocolate is showing. Only a fool would think I'd actually show up naked.
So it's that kind of party. Hit it!
I'm sexy and I know it.
Aye. Look at that body. Look at that body. Look at that body. I work out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware.
We have 3 of the largest showrooms of safes on display and in stock. You can see and touch them in person instead of browsing a catalog. We carry gun and rifle safes, burglary safes, jewelry safes, fire rated from a half hour to 2 hour. Famous name brands.
We sell Gardol.
We sell AMSAC. The new AMSAC touchscreen.
If you're ever in need of a safe, think Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware. Right, Lockie?
That's right, Alan.
Ray, I don't know. Are you sure clicking this thing will get us online?
Well, try dragging it. Faster. You're just a mouse click away from a better way to rent movies. Blockbuster Total Access. Movies through the mail plus movies through the store. One low price.
Here's the problem. We forgot to plug it in.
Oh!
Don't even think about it.
Get a free trial at your Blockbuster store or Blockbuster.com.
One resident describes her horrifying experience when she first realized the complex was on fire.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time.
We're back here on Mickey B's Jukebox Review on Madhouse TV with, of course, the Dolphins, consisting of Al Preda, Carlos Rampolla, who's not here tonight, right? And Tony Palmer, Roy Campbell, Pete Chacona will be here in the future, and, of course, Warren Tesoro filling in tonight. Al, what's the next song that we'll be doing?
Your Precious Love.
I love that song. Of course, Jerry Butler and the Impressions at the time. Everybody seems to sing this. Great, great ballad. Great song to dance nice and close to. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the Dolphins. We're back right here with Mickey B on the Jukebox Review. Of course, the Dolphins doing a fantastic job on that. And Warren Tesoro, step up to that microphone a little bit and tell me about when you did a lot of arranging for different songs. Am I right?
I arrange a lot for a lot of groups, yes. When they're not sure of the arrangement, it's in there somewhere, you know. And that was one of the, I could never find that record. I found it on an album called Teen Delights.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Teardrops was on that album too, and I remember hearing Jerry Butler and the Impressions do that. Man, that was his first record, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jerry, I mean, I love that song. Well, it was the biggest hit that they had, yeah.
And Curtis Mayfield,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Tremendous.
Just outrageous. I love that
One of
kind
my
of sound.
favorites.
Al Preda, tell me one of your favorite songs of rock and roll history. Step up to that mic and let me know about it. Which are the ones that you like? What's your favorite?
I know everybody. I mean, I love them all.
You don't have like a favorite song?
I love all favorite groups.
Yeah.
Like the Flamingos,
Right.
the Drifters,
What's your favorite Flamingo song?
A Kiss from Your Lips.
What a great song.
Oh, a kiss
From your lips. They are great songs. Roy Campbell, step over that microphone. Tell me your favorite. What's your favorite group?
Channel guy, you know that.
You love the Channels.
That's right.
And your favorite Channel song?
Well, bye, 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 bye.
Bye, bye, baby. I really love you so. You know what to do? With that thing, here's what we'll do. I'm just gonna come over there right now. I'm gonna walk over, even though, let me grab my little microphone here, because I think it's time for almost us to go. And as you say, bye, bye, baby, I want to thank you guys for coming down here tonight. on the Mickey B Jukebox Review. It's always a pleasure to see you guys doing a fantastic job. And hopefully we'll see you at some of the shows, you know, and we want to thank you. But as we go off, what's a great song? We talk about Bye Bye Baby. There's got to be a song that we can do that has something about goodbye or Bye Bye Baby or something in there. Don't say goodnight. You guys like to do that? Okay, here's what we're going to do right now. Until the next time, from Mickey B with the Dolphins here, always tune us in every Tuesday night. We're right here on Madhouse TV, 8 o'clock to 9 for the history of rock and roll and great harmony and some of the single artists as well. And until the next time, we'll see you back here next Tuesday. And from Mickey B and the Dolphins, so long, everybody.
Say good night.